Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Okay, so in Eddie Hearn's latest interview with IFL TV, it appears that the rematch between Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte has hit a bit of a stalemate, where Eddie Hearn has pretty much said that the amount of money that Anthony Joshua wants and the amount of money that Dillian Whyte wants, the numbers are too far apart right now. So potentially they're looking at a plan B or a plan C. Now, he wouldn't be drawn on who the plan A and who the plan C was. But if you cast your minds back to 2, maybe 3 months ago, I made a prediction that Anthony Joshua probably was not going to fight Dillian Whyte. In fact, he'll fight Filip Hrgovic. Reason being, if you look at the IBF rankings, that appears to be the case. All right. Now, if you also cast your mind back to about a week or two ago, Eddie Hearn done other interviews, and he did actually let slip on one of them that potentially Joshua could fight Hrgovic. Now, Anthony Joshua versus Filip Hrgovic, before we talk about the Dillian Whyte situation, is it a good fight? Yeah, of course it is. And it's a quick route for Anthony Joshua to get back into a world title contention. Filip Hrgovic is the IBF mandatory. As soon as Usyk versus Dubois is finished with, the IBF is next. That's already been ordered. So, if, for example, Joshua was to fight Hrgovic and beat Hrgovic, then he's right in line for a world title shot against the winner of Usyk and Dubois, right? Now, from that situation, it could be a case of, well, Anthony Joshua could get a world title shot straight away. He could force that situation. Likewise, he could force for example, if Usyk does defeat Dubois, force Usyk to vacate the IBF by not allowing him to go fight, say, Tyson Fury for Undisputed. Now, I know some people will automatically say, but unification trumps mandatories, yada, yada, yada. No, it doesn't. That's an old wives' tale. It does not. Okay? It's always up to the individual sanctioning body. Each time, they have to give permission to do it. IBF haven't always done that in the past, nor have the WBO. The WBC usually do, and so the WBA. But anyway, that is what it is. So, if Joshua was to fight Hrgovic, beat Hrgovic, then he could either force Usyk to vacate the belt or demand some step-aside money. Either way, it's a win-win for Anthony Joshua, isn't it? But it's a short route back into a world title contention. Now, I heard a few weeks ago now, I even mentioned in video as well, about a week or so ago, that I heard that Joshua and Hrgovic have already agreed terms. I'll put that out there. It's just a rumour. It's not factual. I don't know for sure that is what's happening. Likewise, I heard that Filip Hrgovic and Dempsey McKean have already agreed to have a fight too. So it's quite difficult to know exactly what's true and what isn't. But anyway, on to Dillian Whyte. Why would that fight potentially fall apart? Okay, Anthony Joshua will feel that he brings a certain value to that fight. Dillian Whyte will feel that he brings a certain value to the fight. Now, some people will say, well, Joshua, just give Dillian Whyte whatever he wants. Joshua ain't going to do that. Likewise, people could say, well, Dillian, you lost the last fight with Joshua. Just take whatever if you want revenge. It doesn't work that way. Boxing is business, right? Of course it's business. Now, I suppose you could look at it as well, that Dillian Whyte is the away fighter. Even though he's kind of matchroom, he's kind of not in this particular situation. With the way that Eddie Hearn's talking, it's like he wants Joshua to fight Dillian Whyte and do an absolute number on him. He wants Joshua to look good against Dillian Whyte and then go in with a Wilder fight. That's what he wants. So if you're Dillian Whyte and you've been with Matchroom for all this time, surely he must be going, so you actually don't actually have any kind of loyalty to me whatsoever. I've always just been a business number to you. But at the end of the day, it is boxing, it is business, and I suppose maybe he already knows that. But I'm sure that he must feel a little bit disrespected by the way that Eddie Hearn has spoken about this fight. Now, how big is that fight? Who knows? Who knows? Is it arena? Is it stadium? It's difficult to say, it really is. But I'm not at all surprised I wouldn't be at all surprised if Joshua or Dillian Whyte didn't happen. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. But, I mean, if that fight did happen, if they can get the numbers right and get it over the line, you know for sure it's going to be a firefight. They don't like each other. Listen, they can support each other and respect each other when they're fighting other people, but ultimately when it comes to them two together, they genuinely don't like each other. They want to hurt each other. And if Anthony Joshua's ever going to be up for a fight and start throwing bombs, it's going to be this one. If Dillian Whyte's ever going to be up for a fight and throwing bombs, it's going to be this one. Dillian Whyte would love nothing more than to scupper Anthony Joshua's opportunity to fight Wilder for huge money in Saudi Arabia. He can look at that like, right, I knock out Anthony Joshua, I beat Joshua, I'll go fight Wilder in Saudi Arabia. I'll go make that money. So Dillian, he ain't going to come there to lay down, that is for sure. Likewise, Anthony Joshua ain't going to want to give up his opportunity to fight Wilder in Saudi Arabia for that money. But anyway, at the end of the day, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I stand by my prediction that I made a couple of months ago. Anthony Joshua versus Filip Hrgovic. That's what I think is going to happen. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We'll have to wait and see. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.